I have this, I guess it's a question about navigating limits, personal limits and exhaustion, because I feel that I get exhausted. I am affected by people around me and I get exhausted and I reach my limits and I withdraw. And then I feel bad about it appearing as punishment to the people around me. And yeah, I guess I'm struggling to navigate with this.
Yes. Very good. Yes, this is really, it's good to come to this recognition. And here's what I would like to say is that balance in all things is really wisdom. So to withdraw prematurely from the world, it will slow down the pace of one's detachment. Forcing oneself into too much will bring one to exhaustion. And so this is about Goldilocks. You know? You balance it out. I can tell you what I did in this recognition is that where invited, I would go and then always have an exit plan. Because like you're saying, I didn't want to outstay my wanting to be there. I never wanted to be anywhere where I wasn't welcome. And I didn't want to go anywhere where I wasn't wanting to be there. I saw these two things as offensive. It would be an offense to me to go where I'm not welcome. Why would I do that? And it would be an offense to you for me to think that you need me there even though I don't want to be. No, that would be disrespectful to you. And I saw that I was always moving in that. There was a great video that I saw on one of the social media, and it was I think it was a young man, and he was one of these videos that people do in their cars, which is its own funny thing. But anyway, he said, my extroverted self accepted this invitation to go to this party 3 weeks ago, and now my introverted self doesn't want to go. And we're always shifting. And so you'll look forward to going to a place, you'll get there, wish you hadn't gone, and then something else will move through and you're glad that you were there, and then you'll want to leave. So you just have some balance. Accept all invitations, is what I did anyway. Accept all invitations and excuse yourself after. You needn't stay for more than 20 minutes. And for a time, I would even lie and say, I have something else. I wanted so much to be here. And thank you for having me. But I can't stay long. I hope you'll forgive me for having to go. And then you just see. You just see. But premature withdrawal, you'll stagnate in tamas. And trying to prove something to yourself or the world will exhaust you. Okay, so now I want to show you the source of the exhaustion. It is the relationship with the mind that believes the thoughts that are swirling about. I estimate that upwards of 80% of all exhaustion is psychological, means neurotic engagement with the reflective thoughts about where I am, who I'm with, what's happening, what I'm doing, what they're not doing, what I'm not doing. This is really the source of all exhaustion. So be gentle with yourself. Come in understanding that it is your interpretation of what's happening that is the exhaustion. And be gentle. Set your boundaries. Where you have a sense of limitation, then you must establish a boundary. And where there is a boundary, you must honor it. Means protect the boundary. The ego is limitation, and our honest sense of I-ness is an egoic I-ness. And as such, we need to set boundaries for ourselves and for the world. And a healthy ego can expand. And so you just are always looking for the edge of your limitation, not staying too far short of it and not going too far across it. Because in this, you will have psychological injury or psychological stagnation. Just like in your yoga, hatha yoga practice. And this sense of limitation is changing in every moment, certainly in every day. And you come to know where is today's sense of border, sense of limitation. For a very long while, it will last for a while, that we are porous. That we belong to a collective mind, and that collective mind is born to so many concentric circles of shared memories. And when you come around people who knew you before, and who you knew before, and from before you knew you, then you are in a relationship with your own self as a reflection of what you think they think about you. This is called neurosis. And it's the world, you know. But it's a recursive, reflective sense of I that isn't actually real in its foundation. And I will say, you know, even now, may I share this just about how it is for me now? Is that okay? I don't go anywhere unless I'm invited. I'm perfectly content, not. Usually more content, which shows me that I should still accept invitations from time to time. And if I go anywhere, it's to serve in some capacity. There's the ambition of being seen or anything like this is, or having some experience, you know, this falls away. But then you still accept invitations. How else to be in the world, you know? And still to this day, I have I set reasonable limits on how long I will go and for what purpose and all of this. And it's a funny thing when you come empty, when you accept an invitation and you go without expectation, or even without the expectation called dread, or the expectation called anticipation, which would be, you know, seeking some good experience, or dread seeking some bad experience. And you just show up as you are, humbly, quietly, enjoy. Sincerity has a way of finding you. It's really quite something. We can't manufacture it, so we just have to get used to coming as we are. Sometimes we're just thinking about how other people were, how we think they are, you know. Thinking about how they interact with us, and we're coming with this memory, and usually this is how we're experiencing all of our now moments, is through some derivation of past, you know, derivative. But you'll see, as you become emptier and emptier, having forgiven, increasingly detached, spontaneity, easefulness comes out of situations that you would have previously dreaded, you know. It can happen. And anyway, if you're detached, whether that happens or whether it doesn't happen, you're not so troubled. So honor your exhaustion and know where your limit is and know that it's always moving and be in balance. Not too lazy, not too forceful. Just find that Goldilocks space in every moment. There's another little trick you can do, which also is when you go to a place, find a quiet place to sit on your own. Be in forgiveness and see the judgments as they come about what's happening around you and your own self-judgment of how you are in it. And then just come ever more to a place of ease and peace, sitting on your own, and see who comes and how they come and with what. Without expectation, but you can see it. There's something very powerful in this stillness. If you don't need you to be any particular way and you don't need them to be any particular way, then you become increasingly comfortable in stillness and silence, even in social settings. And you'll notice some people will be very uncomfortable by this, and then you might be uncomfortable in that, and then now your job is to be comfortable even while they're uncomfortable. And some people will find great comfort in it and want to share in that. And now you'll be of such beautiful service. But no two happenings happen the same way twice. And so there isn't really any formula that you can derive about how to approach, how to be, and how to exit experiences. But you can get a general sense of how it is to surf in this. Now, this I'm speaking from not hypothetical. I did this very much with my family. Children, parents, siblings, spouse, friends. So it isn't. This isn't theoretical to me, and it's maybe the hard work of detachment. It will always feel like they're pulling you back in, but they aren't. They're just being how they are, and it means nothing to you, actually. You're already free of it. It's just a habit of feeling not free of it that seems to persist for a time. And you have full permission in every single moment arising, every single now moment to show up as you are. And how people respond or react to that is not your business. Now, it would be unwise to be expressive if you're showing up as angry or, anything like this. That's just not smart. To vocalize and express these things. It is a deep unwisdom from avidya. But you can show up with anger and just keep quiet to yourself. You can show up with sadness. You can show up with great joy. You can show up with great curiosity. You have full permission in every moment to be as you are. And how else could you be anyway than that? You don't need to be anything for anybody, actually. And the greatest nobility and the greatest gift is that you just simply are authentic and sincere and honest. And generally, it is most wise to keep quiet. You don't have to pretend for anyone. If you think you have to pretend for somebody, then can you see it? It's a bit of an insult to them that you don't think that they can handle the vast breadth of you-ness. Humility is essential in this. The ego could take this and go making a mess of things. I am who I am, and being so vocal and like a bull in a tea shop, you know. This isn't correct understanding. That's why silence is really the highest form of wisdom. But as you are, even in simple things, you know, as you are doing in your day today, even when you're alone or if you're with people, be aware of what are the contents of your heart. How does it feel to be you in this moment, and allow that? And what are the thoughts circulating? Where are the thoughts? You know, very often we'll find that even doing the dishes alone in our kitchen, that our thoughts are in conversation with somebody who's not there in the kitchen with you. Very common. And so it's good practice when you're doing the dishes, just do the dishes. You see, because no one ever got exhausted by doing the dishes. They got exhausted by the narrative around how to load the dishwasher, the temperature of the water. I did it yesterday. I do it right, they do it wrong. I never get any thanks. You know, this is where the exhaustion comes from, and trying to be, you know, like that. Now, there's a different kind of exhaustion that comes from, that's so beautiful and healthy, and you just are so happy to hit your bed at the end of the day. And maybe if you're a dishwasher and you're working in a very busy restaurant and you are doing it joyously, also you can be exhausted at the end of the day. But it's a different exhaustion that isn't around the relationship with mind. That recursive, reflective relationship with thoughts. Everything in balance. The mind that you use to navigate and discernment is usually bouncing back between opposites and all kinds of grand proclamations. I'm never doing that again, or I'm going to do this way from here forward. All things in balance, come right up the middle. This is a sure sign of your wisdom and your spiritual evolution.